we're going to continue with our notes on vocal personality uh, and kind of study what it takes to have a pleasing voice. Before we get started, though, since it's been a couple of days, let's just do a quick review. If you remember, speech is powered by air. Just like electricity powers a light bulb or gas, a car, we have to have air. And we spent some time talking about inhalation plus exhalation equals respiration. And so we know all of those things go together in order for us to be able to speak. We also discussed why we want to have a much more pleasant voice because it is a stronger asset than having a harsh or irritating voice. Unless, of course, you're Fran Drescher of The Nanny. If you remember, we kind of ended with a fun activity with a rubber band where we were trying to keep it thick and then we blew on it, and supposedly for some of us that vibration caused sound. For others of us it did not do that, and some of us even got lightheaded. But the whole concept is our vocal cords are produced, our vocal cords create through the vibration the sound that we need. The air going in and coming down. They come through our mouth, it comes through our nose, and it goes back down. And that's why if we have a head cold or we're stuffed up, it affects our vocal cords so much. So what we're going to talk today is about the greatest tool of a speaker is your voice. It is the link between you and your audience. And remember, your audience could be your dad sitting across the table from you or talking with your siblings. A good controlled voice is an asset to when we have any contact with other people. So let's look at the qualities that you need to develop. Okay? So you have to ask yourself the question, do you whisper or do you boom? Are you monotonous or melodic? Is your voice a rainbow or a rain cloud? Do you have mumblicious? How well do you articulate? Do you speak like a rabbit or like a turtle? All of those create your vocal personality. So these are the things I would like you to jot down in your notes. We want to practice having a pleasant sounding voice, being natural when we speak so that we sound sincere and reflect our personality and our passions, not a put on persona where we don't sound like ourselves, but yet at the same time be dynamic, which displays strength and confidence, to be expressive, showing that our voices have variety rather than monotone. We need to make sure that we have volume and we're easily heard. We're easily understood, which is articulation. Another word for that would be phonation. And we need to make sure that when we speak, we have energy. And so we want to work on these things at the beginning of our units of speech so that we can develop our own warm vocal personality. Okay? So these are the things that we are going to work on. Oh my goodness, this is supposed to be filler. All right, so we want to work on articulation. And articulation is the idea to pronounce and say clearly words. So we're going to do things like some tongue twisters. We're going to work on controlling our rate, how fast, how slow we speak. Because sometimes it's going to be important for us to speak quickly. And other times it is going to be very important to use pauses. We always want to have energy. We do not want to sound like we're tired and that we don't care. Energy a lot of times goes with your passion, with your sincerity. And remember that a good, effective speaker always shows sincerity. Inflection is words that you have that, words that you choose, that you want to emphasize. Sometimes when we're reading aloud, we see them italicized or underlined. That is because the writer was wanting us to inflect a certain amount of energy. Sometimes that is called phonation. We always want to make sure that we use proper grammar when we speak. Pitch is when we have our voices go up or down depending on the importance of it. That's that variety. So when we are reading a question, we use a pitch that goes up at the end of the question. Where do you think you're going now? I don't think so. All of those deal with pitch. We want to practice eliminating those filler words. Those filler words are words like, um, so, uh, well, volume. Sometimes it's important to have a really good, strong voice that emits some volume to it. And at the same time, volume can also mean you can do a lot with just a whisper. And those kind of develop a strong or gentle voice. Okay, so we're going to call it quits for this because all of our activities this week are going to be revolving around this, with eventually you being assigned to a group where you're going to create like a book on tape. This is one of the best activities to kind of look at to see, do I have vocal variety? All right, we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.